Have you ever wondered what real success truly means? In a world obsessed with money, fame, and status, we often forget that lasting achievement is measured by more than what we own or how many people admire us. Islam teaches that true success is found in the heart, in faith, and in actions that earn the pleasure of Allah. Today, we will explore what it means to succeed in a way that transcends this temporary life. Modern society teaches us to measure achievement through paychecks, titles, and public applause. These standards change constantly and force people into endless comparison, leaving many exhausted and empty, despite outward comfort. Chasing validation from people makes happiness fragile because it depends on opinions that shift overnight. Islam challenges this mindset by exposing the illusion behind worldly benchmarks. Wealth can disappear, influence can fade, and popularity can turn into a test rather than a blessing. When life is evaluated only by material gain, moral compromise becomes easier and contentment slips away. A believer is reminded to step back from this race. Earning the pleasure of Allah gives life a clear and stable purpose. It shifts a person's focus from seeking approval of creation to fulfilling the responsibility of worship. Every action, whether small or great, gains value when done sincerely for Allah alone. When Allah is the goal, success is no longer limited to visible outcomes. Patience during hardship, gratitude during ease, and restraint during temptation all become meaningful victories. This pursuit builds inner strength because a believer knows that Allah sees every effort. His pleasure brings peace to the heart, clarity to decisions, and hope that extends beyond this world into what truly matters. Worldly life moves quickly, even when it feels long. Youth fades, strength weakens, and moments we once chased become distant memories. What seems permanent today often loses its importance with time, reminding us how fragile material attachments truly are. The akhirah, on the other hand, is not bound by time or decay. It is a realm where outcomes are final and rewards do not diminish. Understanding this contrast reshapes priorities, encouraging investment in deeds that outlive the body. When a person remembers that tomorrow is guaranteed, but the next life is eternal, choices become wiser and more purposeful. Faith gives direction, while righteous deeds give faith its proof. Iman lives in the heart, but it shows itself through actions that reflect sincerity, discipline, and moral responsibility. Without action, belief remains incomplete and vulnerable to weakness. Good deeds build a lasting record that continues beyond one's lifetime. Acts of kindness, charity, and justice create benefits that ripple through society and return as reward in the unseen. Even intentions, when pure, carry weight. This standard of success does not depend on circumstances or resources, making it accessible to everyone. Through faith supported by consistent deeds, a person secures worth that cannot be lost or taken away. The life of Prophet Muhammad Salallahu Alayhi Wasalam shows that dignity is not tied to comfort or excess. He chose humility over luxury, served others before himself, and remained generous even when resources were limited. His home was simple, yet his presence transformed hearts and societies. His strength was not in possessions, but in wisdom, mercy, and unwavering principles. He endured hardship with patience and responded to harm with forgiveness. Through integrity and compassion, he built a legacy that still guides billions today. This model teaches that lasting impact comes from character, not accumulation. The companions understood that life was a trust, not a prize to be collected. Abu Bakr Razi Allah Ta'ala Anhu gave his wealth without hesitation when truth required sacrifice, showing that attachment to Allah outweighed attachment to possessions. His leadership was marked by humility and service, not authority. Umar Razi Allah Ta'ala Anhu carried responsibility with fear and accountability. Despite power, he lived simply and held himself answerable for the weakest in society. Their choices reveal a mindset shaped by purpose, where influence was used to uphold justice and faith rather than personal comfort. Strong iman begins with awareness of Allah in both public and private moments. It shapes thoughts, controls desires, and anchors a person when circumstances become unstable. A heart connected to Allah remains alert to right and wrong, even when no one else is watching. Sincerity protects iman from pride and hypocrisy. When intentions are clean, worship becomes meaningful rather than routine, and struggles become opportunities for growth. This inner strength helps a believer recover after mistakes instead of giving up. A sincere heart does not claim perfection, but it constantly turns back to Allah, seeking guidance, forgiveness, and steadiness on the straight path. Regular prayer structures a believer's day around remembrance of Allah. It creates moments of pause where the heart reconnects, regardless of how busy or chaotic life becomes. This discipline trains the soul to submit willingly, not only in ease, but also under pressure. Obedience extends beyond rituals into daily choices, guiding behavior, speech, and interactions. Staying consistent builds spiritual resilience, even when motivation fluctuates. Over time, these steady acts shape character and strengthen resolve. Through commitment, rather than bursts of enthusiasm, a person learns that true growth comes from showing up for Allah again and again, without excuses. Choosing honesty and halal requires courage, because shortcuts and temptations often promise immediate gain. Yet, integrity protects the soul from guilt, regret, and moral compromise. A believer who resists these shortcuts builds trust with others and earns Allah's approval, which outweighs any worldly benefit. Even small decisions, like returning lost property, speaking the truth in difficult situations, or avoiding forbidden earnings, become acts of devotion when done consistently. These choices train the heart to prioritize eternal values over temporary desires. By living this way, a person experiences inner freedom, confidence, and contentment that cannot be bought or imitated. Closeness to Allah brings a peace that worldly success cannot provide. When the heart feels connected to its Creator, anxiety, envy, and restlessness lose their grip. This spiritual contentment allows a believer to face trials with patience and gratitude. True achievement lies in knowing that Allah is pleased, even when the world disagrees. Satisfaction comes from fulfilling responsibilities, seeking forgiveness, and trusting His plan. Relationships, work, and daily routines gain deeper meaning when guided by this awareness. Ultimately, no wealth, recognition, or comfort compares to the serenity of a heart fully aligned with Allah's guidance, making a believer genuinely successful. Remember, true success in Islam is not counted in wealth or fame, but in closeness to Allah, sincerity, and righteous deeds. At Interior Deen, we hope this reminder inspires you to focus on what truly matters and seek Allah's pleasure in every step of your life. Share this video with loved ones. Subscribe for more motivational reminders and comment below with the positive prayer. O Allah, guide me to true success and your pleasure. May Allah accept all your efforts.